In the previous video, we just took a look after that how we can make our own custom events in Node.js by using SocketIo. In this video, we are going to take a look after that how we can use broadcast and broadcast.emit function in Node.js of SocketIo. So, without wasting any time, let us dive into the video. Now, as you all can see that I am on my VS Code and my websites are running, like I just opened two instances of the same website to show you that how the WebSocket is working. Okay. Now, what do I mean by broadcast? Let me tell you. So, broadcast simply means like when you join any kind of new room with a specific ID, then you will not see any message like you just joined the room, but the rest of the people who are already there in that room will see the message that a new user just connected to our room. Okay, let me just give you one example. Suppose there is one room, like there is a room that is having one ID. Okay, that is having one room ID, not an ID, but a room ID, and that is having a capacity of 10 people. And when you join, let's take the user. So the user is with the ID of user ID, and there is only one user. Okay, now when that person joins a specific room which is having a limit, okay, let's give here like limit. Okay, let's say limit. And how many people are there? Suppose there are 9 people. Okay, 9 people are already there in that room with a limit of 10 people. When the 10th person joined the room, then the 10th person will not see like 10th person join the room with an ID of 1 2 3. That seems to be like meaningless, right? But when the nine other means the rest of the 9 people in that group, when they see the message that the 10th person just joined the room with an ID of 1 2 3, that makes some sense, right? So that is known as broadcasting. Or you can say like when anybody joined the room, we are having one capacity in Node.js Socket.io that we can just inform all other people, or you can say all other entities in the same room, that a new person has just joined, instead of giving the message to the person who just joined to that room. Okay, so I hope I'm clear to you all. So let's start implementing this broadcast here. First of all, we just took a look after that io.sockets.emit in the previous video. If you want to take a look after that, you can just watch that. Now here, let's take a look like socket. Okay, so we are having one socket, and the socket is having one, you can say one object broadcast, socket.broadcast. Okay, you can just check that out, socket.broadcast. But even before that, let's do one thing. Socket.on join room. We are finding it, right? Let's go to the client side to just make that. And if you don't know, let me tell you that you can make your own custom events on both server side and client side. Okay, so suppose if I go to the client side and make one new custom event, let's say socket dot emit, and in the socket dot emit, if I give something like join room. Okay, and in the join room we are giving two parameters. First is the room ID, then the user ID. Okay, so we are just joining a room, but before joining the room, we are having two details: room ID and the user ID. Okay, let's take the room ID to be equal to let's take my room 123, and let's take the user ID by using a prompt by the actual user, and we are going to say in the prompt that enter your name. Okay, so we are asking the user for entering his name, and suppose if he did not enter anything, then we are going to simply pass user. And if he gives anything, then we are going to pass it to the user ID and the room ID. So these are the two things that we are going to do. We are making one new event. Let's call it here by finding it, saying socket.on join room. Okay, and you know very well that we are having two parameters at this point. First is the room ID, and the second is the user ID. As you saw in the client area, we were just declaring both of them. And let me go here and say this. Okay, so after we do that, let's say console.log room ID comma user ID. Let me save that. So the moment I save that, let me just reload here and give some name of Ayush. So you can see my room Ayush. Okay, so the name of the means the ID of the room is my room 123 and the username is Ayush. If I just reload here and give like Harsh, you can see my room 123 Harsh. Now we want to broadcast the message. Suppose Ayush is already there and Harsh just joined as a new user. Then we want to broadcast on Ayush side that Harsh is a new user who just joined to the socket. Okay. So let's go to the index.js and let's say socket dot broadcast dot emit. This is a function we are broadcasting by using one emit. And when we broadcast, we make a custom event. Let's take that event to be like user connected. And with that event, we are passing some data. Suppose your user ID. Okay. So we are just sending the user ID. We are just sending the user ID to rest of the people in that socket except the one who just joined recently. I hope I am clear to you all. Let me just save this. Go here on the client side and fire this. Let us fire it by saying socket.on user connected. Suppose some event like user connected comes on the client side as we just declared it on the server side. It's like custom event. It's not an inbuilt. We just made that. So user connected. And suppose the user connected is going to give some data to us. Let's say document dot write a new let's say a new user connected plus the what the data e. Okay, let's save this. I hope this works. Let's reload on the first site. Let's give the name as Harsh and let's reload it. And the moment I give like Ayush and then press enter, it should give some data or you can say some message on Harsh site that a new user connected with the name of Ayush. Press enter and now you can see a new user connected Ayush. Okay, Ayush is the ID of the user. So this is how the socket.broadcast.emit function works. You can just check it by making multiple instances and then work it out. Then you will see that when you are having 3 users and you just okay, let me just run one instance here. Let me just make one more instance. And let's say I'm just giving one new name here. Let it be like Rohit. Okay, let's say Rohit. And you can see a new user connected Rohit on the on the Hertz side because Hertz was from the beginning, and Ayush as a new user got a new user connected Rohit, and the Rohit is the newest user. So this is how the broadcast emit function works, and this is how that you can use the broadcast.emit function to just broadcast a similar message to all the other users. So that's all for this video. Meet you in the next video when we are going to make one chat app by using SocketIo Node.js. Till then,